Although Wayne T. Smith left Auburn in 1969 with degrees in physical education and school administration, his career took him on a different path. Today, he is the CEO of the nation's largest publicly traded hospital company.
When he was born in Birmingham, Alabama on January 29, 1946, there was nothing to suggest the second of four Smith children would become a titan of the American healthcare industry.
That's a rags to riches story. Daddy was a steel worker, graduated from high school, no college, but he was very smart. But he was extremely hard worker. And I remember he worked 2 and 3 jobs at a time. Wayne certainly got Daddy's work ethic. I think that Wayne certainly got from my mother her persistence.
Young Wayne showed those traits in his love of sports.
I mean, you talk to some of his coaches and, you know, they'll tell you how hard he worked, and he would hit you. He would hit you.
He was offered athletic scholarships elsewhere, but Wayne Smith wanted to be an Auburn man. He worked and borrowed to earn degrees in education and school administration. On campus, he met Cheryl Glass. His life would never be the same.
I think Wayne meeting Cheryl here at Auburn was by far the best thing that happened to him here. She has been more than a wife. She's been a companion. She's been a supporter. She's been in his corner.
After graduation, Wayne was commissioned into the Army Medical Service Corps, got a master's degree in hospital administration, and was stationed at an Army hospital in Korea. Captain Wayne Smith came out of the service and answered a newspaper ad. He was hired as an assistant administrator at a small Tennessee hospital owned by Humana. In 1976, daughter Ashley arrived.
Ashley has certainly been the love of his life.
Wayne climbed the corporate ladder, running ever larger hospitals.
Humana took over an insurance company, and the insurance company was not doing very well, and he turned it around. Now, he didn't know anything about insurance, he'll tell you, but he knew a lot about people, and he knew how to manage people, and he knew how to motivate people.
And the way he does this is by his leadership skills. Now, he takes no prisoners. He is not, when I say he's a nice person, he's considerate of people, he doesn't just let people get away with things. He holds people to a standard.
You always know where you stand with Wayne Smith. If you have the misfortune of making an error, he will remind you of that very quickly, but he also will tell you when you do things right.
He's got such a visionary idea about things. Always, the window's never closed for Wayne. He's courageous, got a lot of innovation, energetic and intelligent, great knowledge base. He's
got those qualities that help him succeed. You know, and it's not about an IQ of 180. It's not about that at all. Because he doesn't have an IQ of 180.
Humana's insurance revenues grew geometrically under Wayne's leadership. He left Humana as president and chief operating officer after 23 years. In 1997, Wayne became president and CEO of a hospital company based in Nashville, Community Health Systems, CHS. In 2000, CHS became a public company.
The ringing of the bell at the New York Stock Exchange when CHS went public, he let people star in that along with him. He didn't take all the glory, even though he was at center stage. He made sure everybody was around him and in tight.
Humility. That's something I don't see a lot of. There are an awful lot of egos in the healthcare business. I've yet to hear Wayne utter me, or I. It's always we or they, and I've never heard him pat himself on the back.
Here the company was about $700 million in '97 and about 36 hospitals, and today it's 126 hospitals, almost $13 billion of revenue. It's a very, very successful situation.
If I were on the board of directors of Community Health Systems, I would be saying hurrah for Wayne Smith. He's a great businessman, there's no question about it. There's the thing that really impressed me more than anything was the fact that he cared deeply about the quality of the health care that was being delivered.
Everything we do here is really focused on making our hospitals better. We do the right thing, whether it's moral, legal, ethical, quality, whatever it is, the right thing to do, we do it. And Wayne never wavers from that.
I think he cares about the patient. I think he cares about all of our employees and partners, our physician partners in our organization. And so he cares about making a difference in our hospitals. What he doesn't care about is Alabama. There's only one University of Alabama. That's Auburn.
I didn't see him right after the championship game. A couple days later, he called me on a business issue. He was asking me a question, and the first thing I said was congratulations. And he just took off running.
Very rarely have I been with him in a public setting where he's speaking on behalf of our company or perhaps the industry that he doesn't quickly remind folks, first, he's from Alabama, and secondly, he has an education from Auburn University.
He's given so many scholarships, so every year there are students who are able to come to Auburn. If you would hear their stories. He was our first Keystone Leader in Residence. He was chair of our capital campaign. He serves on the Auburn University Foundation Board. Wayne and his wife Cheryl gave a generous gift to begin many, many programs that have made a significant difference.
He is a very generous person, and a lot of his generosity is under the radar. And that's what I respect so much about him.
He's just very approachable, and he's very human on a personal side as well as a professional side. You know, some guys you can just have a conversation with them about what's going on in the business world.
That's not his deal. That's not Wayne Smith. Wayne Smith, he's interested in everything.
Especially the horses. Every year he celebrates the Kentucky Derby, amazing CHS friends with his handicapping prowess.
Whether it's teaching me how to bet on the horses at Churchill Downs, or whether it's just talking about family and what's going on in our lives personally.
So I've been on a boat with him more than one occasion. You have a propensity to be seasick. You better get a patch before you go out, because when Wayne Smith goes deep sea fishing, we don't return until the appointed time.
Not only is he smart and efficient and powerful and gracious and charming, but he can be pretty funny.
National policymakers have sought Wayne's input in creating healthcare legislation. Modern Healthcare has named him one of the most powerful people in healthcare each of the last 9 years, and he is consistently ranked as a top CEO by Institutional Investor magazine.
He is standing next to presidents. He's with rock stars, country music artists, and he's always the same Wayne. Just a nice guy who's honest and who really is a gentleman.
And there's a central theme there, and that's called integrity. And in my book, there is no one else who I've worked for that has the level of integrity that Wayne has exhibited day over day, year over year.
I've told him a number of times that, you know, I said, Daddy would really be proud of you for what you've done. And he would. He would be very proud of him.
This is what an Auburn man looks like. This is what an Auburn man does.
Wayne Smith is a corporate titan, a family man, a devoted alum, a community leader, a successful businessman, a good friend.
Who I think is one of the nicest guys in the world, who's been a success in business, but more importantly, he's been a success as a human being. Mr. Wayne Smith.